What is going on, life fitness coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money on the Trainer podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, we are talking about burnout. Hello, burnout, my old friend. It's nice to see you again. So last couple of weeks, you guys, all right, for lack of a better term, I have been running on fumes. And, you know, the back-to-back travel weekends, speaking at events, not only speaking at events, but like presenting in front of Adley's audience. $50,000 offer from stage. I was the guy that was pitching it and helping her close. We ended up closing 11 out of 24 people, which is dope as fuck. But all of the pressure that came with that, all of the red-eye flights that came with that, plus running the business, plus the gym, like, bro, I was fucking burnt out. Straight up, I was burnt out. And I'm a massive believer in the idea of universal energy. And I'm a massive believer in the sense that I was showing up for the last week with this just chaotic energy. Like every day I'd wake up and I just felt like there was this fucking massive weight on my chest. And it was like, no matter how much work I did, I still had this massive weight on my chest. And it was like, I was just clouded every day. I didn't know what to focus on. I didn't know what to do first. I didn't know what I should, how I should move forward. And I think it was affecting everything that I was doing. And the reality of the situation is, like, I talked about this in a previous podcast a couple of weeks ago. Like, this is the part of the game that you sign up for if you want to be an entrepreneur. This is just a part of the game that you sign up for. And there's seasons that require that, there's seasons that require that version of you. There's seasons that require that version of you to show up every fucking day, regardless of how you feel. And quote unquote, regardless of how you feel, is I felt burnt out as shit. And I felt tired. I was exhausted. I was frustrated. And then in the midst of that frustration, Instagram account gets restricted. This is like, I'm telling you guys, you got to get on this fucking hippie shit with me. All right. The fact that I was showing up chaotic, overwhelmed, and stressed out, and my Instagram account got restricted is not a coincidence at all. There's no fucking coincidence. It's like you get what you give. Like, I'm a very powerful person, positive and negative. And so are you. You're a very powerful person, positive and negative. And the energy that I give out usually is, this is the best fucking day of my life. And so that's usually the shit that I get back, the best day of my life. But when I was giving out this energy of like, holy fuck, I don't know how I'm going to get out of bed today. I'm so tired. I don't know what I need to focus on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so fucking stressed out. And like, when people were asking me how I was doing, I honestly couldn't say best day of my life because I was feeling this fucking weight, this weight. And then bam, all of a sudden Instagram account gets restricted. And then like that was an external manifestation of the internal feeling that I was feeling. Because I was already feeling like that. I was already feeling restricted. I was already feeling, limited. I was already feeling like I had been stretched to capacity. And then that just showed me an external capacity. So I want to talk today about energy, because this is a reminder that I need to give to myself on a monthly basis at least. And it's just like, for those of you that have been in entrepreneurship, that start working towards your goals and dreams, that start getting into momentum, you know how fucking good momentum feels. Like, I'm talking about the feeling where everything's on fire. I'm talking about that feeling where everything you touch turns to gold, where every fucking video that you post goes viral, where it seems like your business is never going to stop growing. That feeling, right? I live for that feeling. That's the fucking feeling. I want to consume, I want to embody, I want to embrace, I want to breathe that feeling. And that feeling is worth fighting for. And also, on that very same token, that feeling, if not properly directed, can be the very thing that holds you back from success. And that's what I experienced. Is I basically overcommitted. I was looking at my schedule and I overcommitted to traveling. I overcommitted to events. I overcommitted to speaking. I overcommitted to all these different stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer of biting off more than you can chew, but I had no respect for my energy. And I don't care how successful you are, how good you are. None of us are fucking robots. All right. And what that means is, like, yes, it's important to stay in momentum. And yes, it's important to work hard towards your goals. And yes, it's important to make sure that you never lose momentum. And also, you're not a robot. And so because you're not a robot, like, you need to take time to decompress. You need to take time to relax. You need to take time to let go. You need to take time to stop worrying. You need to take time away from your business. You need to spend quality time with loved ones and friends, and laugh and enjoy life. And that was exactly what I was missing. And that's exactly what I needed. And this weekend was full of that. We had a family night with me, Kirst, Brendan, Haley. We had UFC fights with my boy at Cole's house. We just went over and watched the fights. We had last night, went out for dinner with my brother and sister and Kirst. and then came back and watched a movie with my best friend. Like, that's just stuff that you need to do sometimes, and even though this is the thing with entrepreneurs, and if you are an entrepreneur, I understand you because I am you. I get you because I am you. Sometimes it's so fucking hard to press that off switch and actually mean it because we're so concerned about this idea of not losing the momentum that we've generated. And I get that because I'm you. I am you. I get it. All right. And coming from somebody that learns this lesson over and over again. So every time I learn it, I'll share it. You're not a robot. And you need to take time to decompress. And you need to take time to relax. You need to take time away from your phone. And the time that you think that you're taking away from your business, AKA recharging your energy, is actually the very same thing that's going to catapult your business to the next level of success. There's two things that I want you to keep in mind. There's two analogies. First analogy is when I want you to imagine that you're standing in front of this like brick wall, right? And this brick wall is the obstacle that you're facing. So you're like running full speed into the wall and you hit it full speed. You can't hit it. Running full speed, you hit it. Nothing happens. Running full speed, running full speed, running full speed, running full speed. That's what most of us do when it comes to our obstacles. And from a logistical standpoint, it makes sense that, if you just keep fucking running your head against the wall, eventually you're going to break through. I have a little bit of a different belief. So like, yes, don't get me wrong. Like I do think that, some barriers are placed in our, path so that we can learn how to burst through them. But I also believe that there's a there's like a power much greater than any of our will can comprehend. And the reason I know that is because your heart beats without thinking about it. You're breathing right now without conscious awareness. Your eyes can see without you having to do anything. Your hands can move and grab things. Maybe it's grabbing the steering wheel that you're driving right now. Maybe you're just looking at your hands right now and bringing awareness to the fact that your hands just grab stuff without you having it to tell what to do. Like there's a power significantly greater in our presence. And when I see an obstacle, don't get me wrong, I'm a big believer in like doing everything you can to burst through. But sometimes, and this is in business, sometimes that roadblock that you're facing, all you need to do is take a step back and just breathe, decompress. And then you realize all you got to do is take 2 steps to the right and you can just walk straight past the roadblock with no problems. Sometimes you can't see that though when you're banging your head against the wall. And that's the value of decompression and being able to assess a situation from a different perspective and being able to like step back from your business and actually give yourself the time that you deserve and actually being able to spend time with your loved ones and recharge your batteries so that you can approach all of the problems in your life with a more abundant and prosperous and whole perspective of the entire picture instead of a narrowly defined focus on the problem itself. So hopefully this podcast was helpful and useful. Hopefully you got something from it. I hope you have the best day of your entire life. And if you're listening to this podcast and it resonated with you, send me a message on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you guys. Obviously now with the Instagram account being restricted, it's only restricted for temporary. We're going to solve the problem, but I want to be hearing from you guys more often. We still get about 3,000 to 5,000 people that download every single podcast. So if you're one of them, I love you. Thank you. Send me a message. Let me know what you thought. And if you got value from the podcast, leave it a rating. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places. Leave me a 5-star rating and let me know what your review is. Peace, love, and protein. Have the best day ever. Talk soon. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.